If you want to add some interesting flavors to your next song, let me show you one shape that I use over tons of songs. It's kind of like that spice you put on chicken when you don't exactly know what's in it, but it tastes so good every time. So to add this to a song, we want to get a key reference point. So my third finger in this shape is going to be either on the root note of our key or the fifth of our key. So the song WayMaker was in the key of E. So our E note is up here. So my third finger was there, and the rest of the position, my first and fourth finger was like that. And then I slid down and found the fifth of the E, which is the B note, and went up here. So that's where I lived in all of those songs. My third finger was either on that B note, or it was on the E, the root and the fifth. In each shape, you have some core chord tones from your key. If we're up here on our root note, these two notes, that's the first and the third of our key. And this next note here is the fourth. And so when we I know this is a stretch a little bit here, but it's worth it. This stretch is adding dissonance. Now, I know many of our classical trained friends out there are not happy right now because you do not like dissonance, many of you. But I think dissonance is awesome if it's used right. What we don't want with dissonance is to like strum a chord and leave dissonance where it is. That's the ear can't only take so much of that bee sting there. What we want is use that dissonant note more as like a passing note. These two notes, well, this is our B note and this is our E, our root and our fifth. So that's a key spot to go back to when you don't know what to play. You can always play this root and fifth. I've said it over and over again in my videos, but the root and fifth of your key is like salt and pepper that's sprinkled over all the chords of worship music. It makes it sound more key of E-ish in this sense. Now, by adding this finger in there, we're adding the seventh note now. Such a great sound. And again, we don't want to live on it unless we want to kind of make a point where we're building in tension. I think during one of those songs, it was building really intense, so I just hung there. But we want to get some resolution. Just use it as a passing note. So I'm not going to hang on this note, but I might do. And now targeting chord tones is really, really important. If you look at the songs that I played a different order of notes every time because I was listening to the melody and the chords that were underneath it. And with chord tones, one thing you want to make sure of is that the note you're ending on is something that's going to fit with the melody in the chords underneath. So you can have passing tones in there that are notes that maybe aren't part of the chord. Whatever my landing point is, I want that note to fit. So pay extra special attention to the last note in the phrase, whatever you're doing. And then from there, it's just applying that shape in different ways and honestly, just see how it sounds in your song. It's gonna sound different depending on what song you're doing. The melody is gonna be different, how that melody is laced rhythmically over top of the chords. So every song is a new opportunity to use these flavors. Now, every song that I just did was in, Jireh was an E flat, WayMaker was an E, and then Reckless Love was an F. So it works particularly well in those keys. You could use G and D. It could work there. But as you get going down, this is going to become a bigger stretch. So if you were doing key of D, this would be your fifth here, your A. So you can see, that's quite the stretch there. Now, if you're like, my hands just can't do that 1/4 stretch, don't worry about it, because let's go back up to the key of E. There's a way to play these without having to stretch your hand. But what if we came to this note? So instead of doing like this, we play these two notes from it, and we just hammered onto this note. So instead of, now it's, so you don't get the two notes playing against each other, but you still can access that, and now it's really easy because you have, and then that other shape, you don't have to slide down for. You just take the whole thing you just did and bring it up one note like this and go. This is your E note, and that's your B, your root, and your fifth. Now this shape isn't the only one that we can use to layer over top of our chords. There's all kinds of shapes we can use. This is a shape from my newest class coming up this fall about dissonance. Dissonance sometimes is a dirty word. It's like a forbidden concept in music. And I get it if it's used wrong, but if you use it right, oh my goodness, the complexity and color that it adds is amazing. So make sure to check out, I have a dozen new classes. That's right, a dozen new classes coming out this fall. We're talking about all kinds of fun stuff. I cannot wait to jump into those. Make sure to check it out. Don't give up .pro. We'll see you next time.